Everybody makes the mistake, everybody, me too especially, makes the mistake of trying to take 5D information, forcing it into 3D. And it doesn't work that way, because you're in 3D and it's what 3D information is for. So what happens is you'll have a gift or an experience, and you'll ask, why? What does this mean? I don't know. And that just means you're afraid of the unknown. You're afraid of being bigger. You'll be afraid of being somebody who you weren't 10 seconds ago or 5 minutes ago. So you have to clear your charges and do the fear stuff. But if you keep sitting there, I don't know what this means. I have this vision and I got this blue orb that came to me. What does it mean? Will you stop the questions and maybe just say, oh, I got a blue orb. Cool, thank you. More, please. Maybe that's what it means, that you have a blue orb. So you allow this stuff to come to you. And as you allow it to come to you, then you're going to get more information about it.
Welcome to Becoming Awesome with Peter D.
Hey, beautiful people. Peter D here. I'm not going to do a channel today. I just want to talk about and reflect about some things I've been observing. Particularly, it's getting stronger. Oh my God, things are moving faster. I want to talk about that phenomena and what we can do to invite that in more. All right, before we do, please remember, this is a two-way conversation, so put your comments below. What are you doing that's been helping you receive more energy and grow even stronger? Also, please share this video. That's the only way the channel's going to grow, is if new people start viewing these videos. Of course, like and subscribe, but definitely please share. All right, here we go. It's getting stronger. What does that mean? I mean, Tracy and I do healings like 3, 4, 5 days a week sometimes. Different clients. We do one-on-one sessions. And the amount of energy we report coming through us is stronger day after day after day. Part of that is what we're doing, but part of that is what the planet is doing, and part of that is what the people we're working with are allowing to receive. So it's getting stronger. Now, not just stronger and like more energetics, but more abilities are manifesting. I'm getting pretty much to the point now where if I see something or somebody explains something to me, it's like, oh, I want that. And I can just ask Divine, hey, give me that. And where it is, I have it. I was told that this is kind of what God realization is about, is that when you get to the point where you know your Divine's your best friend and you need some help, and you say, hey, Divine, help me out. How about this? And then they do. And so I'm seeing that. Tracy's seeing that. Lots of people around us are reporting it. So it's definitely there. You've heard the messages about how strong the eclipse was and what happened a few months ago, and what's coming down the rest of this year is going to be even stronger. Yeah. So the question is, are you allowing yourself to receive all these new energies and let them come into you? Because healing can be quicker, like this, like this, like this. You have to take that first step. Yeah, and that's what I really want to talk to you about, is some practical tips for taking those steps. The first one is you got to be very clear about what your source and your relationship is. What is your relationship to spirit? Hopefully you've stopped playing the kid game by now, and you wouldn't be listening to these videos if you were still playing, oh, source, tell me what to do. I just don't know, because people get turned off by that message, yet that is the important message. You got to step into this. You see, a lot of the channels out there, and they're all beautiful, and they're all so loving, the energy that comes through it in the spirit, just very, very helpful, but not a damn bit of practicality in them at all. All right, I got this great loving message. For 5 minutes, I felt great. Now my world's back to shit. What do I do? All right, well, focusing on the loving message helps, but you kind of need practical action steps, and that's kind of what I do. This is kind of how channeling is going to work in the future. There's different kinds of channels. There's the channel that I'm demonstrating to you when I channel, which is I just have spirit energy around me and I translate and speak it to you. There are people who are trance channels. They kind of check out and then the voice talks to them. And then there are full body channels too, which you can just come in and they'll do stuff in your body and stuff. I'm not really interested in the full body stuff, and most of the trance stuff is nice, but that's not what I'm focusing my efforts on. I like this channeling where I'm aware of what's going on and I can pick the energy up in the field and then relate it to you. And the reason why is because it's practical. It's practical. This is my pet peeve with spirit. It's like, you're not in a 3D body. Some of you have never been in a 3D body. How the hell do you know what we're going through? And they don't. You see this all the time reflected in movies where, the agent is out in the field and they got the little earpiece in, and the folks back of the head office are, no, do this, don't do that. And they're like, no, they're in the field. They have to make decisions in the field. And then they always do what the people in the earphone tell them not to do. And then it works out. And that's kind of how it is when you're with the relationship with spirit. We need practical 3D stuff, and you haven't been there. That's why I don't go fully out in my channels and do trance channels for you. All right? I want to give you stuff that comes through me. Part of it's ego. Part of it is I like significance. Part of it is I need it to be practical. Okay? And so that's how it is with spirit. So now when I'm doing any kind of connection with spirit, and I'm encouraging you to consider this, I always ask specifically for things, because that's the rules. That's the rules. This is the second point I want to make. You can't get information unless you allow yourself to receive it. And because of free will, spirit's not going to give you anything you don't ask for. You have to permission it. So what does this mean? It's like, oh, spirit, make me whole. Well, you are whole. So what do you get? It's like, oh, well, I got a problem with my knees. Okay, so you got a problem with the knees. Here's some love. Okay, what can I do about this knee stuff? Oh, yeah. Then they're going to start giving you information that's practical and useful. You have to ask for it very specifically. So a lot of people are still playing the game of being a kid. Oh, show me what to do. Show me what my purpose is. And your purpose is to be alive. Duh. Your purpose is to live, have full experiences, so God grows, so you grow. I've done other videos on that. I'm not going to get into it here. Okay? So if you keep asking what your purpose is, you're going to get all these loving messages, and you're going to be confused and not know what your purpose is. But if you start sitting there and making choices, oh, I would like this, I would like that, then they're going to help you with specifics on how to get those. And then you can decide, does it feel good or not? And if it feels good, you do more of it, and it becomes your purpose. Yeah, your purpose is just to be happy, not to do this great stuff out in the world. If you think you need to do all this great stuff out in the world, you still got some holes inside of yourself that you haven't filled yet. So you need to look at what's the pains that have been unresolved. Then you get to do stuff like I'm doing. And it's just beautiful. It helps a lot of people. I love it. Nothing is more satisfying than helping other people. And I'm a human, so I like the significance of it. And I know that. Yeah, I get to be on camera. Hi, look at me. It's not a bad thing. None of that is a bad thing as long as you're honest about what you're doing, and then you'll be fulfilled. That's it. The fulfillment is always the result of you achieving happiness. Your happiness is always you take that first step and see, does it make me happy? And then you move more in that direction. You're walking in the woods at night with a flashlight. You can only see as far as that flashlight beam is. You can't see anything past that. So you walk there and you see if it feels good. And if it does, you keep walking. Otherwise, you change in another direction. That's your purpose, to realize you're sovereign and you choose the direction you're heading. And we're moving into 5D, so it's no longer a linear map on where I'm going and what I'm supposed to do. It's more, oh, I'm choosing this. And then each step of the way that you take, you ask Spirit, hey, not to guide me, help me. I'm thinking about doing this, right? You get specific. I don't know what this is or that is. You kind of need to let yourself come into the equation and ask, and then you get answers that are quite practical. You've seen it. I'm in the process of downloading something amazing. I don't fully understand it yet, what I can do with it, but every time I practice it, the energy levels go way up. So it's a complex pattern of how to move energy in different toruses in different directions while you do breathing and meditation. Anyway, you'll see videos on this in the future. So this information is coming to me. Why? Because I'm asking Spirit, Show me more, show me more. I'm interested in this. I want to know how to get this. Okay, I want to know how to get more closer and more connected to source. Oh, pattern comes down. You see this with inventors all the time. They sit there and they fiddle with something, they think about it, then it comes to them all at once in a dream or an inspiration. But they did the thinking and the fiddling first. Not just, oh, I think I'm going to invent something today. Spirit, give me an invention. No, it's not like that. So you kind of be more self-directed. That is your purpose. Now, when you get these beautiful things, you have to understand, and this is my third point here, you have to understand how to apply them. Okay? So everybody makes the mistake, everybody, me too especially, makes the mistake of trying to take 5D information, forcing it into 3D. And it doesn't work that way. Because you're in 3D and it's what 3D information is for. So what happens is you'll have a gift or an experience and you'll ask, why? What does this mean? I don't know. And that just means you're afraid of the unknown. You're afraid of being bigger. You'll be afraid of being somebody who you weren't 10 seconds ago or 5 minutes ago. So you have to clear your charges and do the fear stuff. But if you keep sitting there, I don't know what this means. I had this vision and I got this blue orb that came to me. What does it mean? Will you stop the questions and maybe just say, oh, I got a blue orb. Cool. Thank you. More, please. Maybe that's what it means, that you have a blue orb. So you allow this stuff to come to you. And as you allow it to come to you, then you're going to get more information about it. Then it'll get integrated. Sometimes it's an activation so that you have to have certain energies in place for the rest of this to come and click in, and then it all makes sense. But if you keep wondering, picking at it, what does it mean? I don't know. You're not allowing the activation to take hold. It's a big leap of faith. So the question is, are you sovereign? I've been talking to you about that forever. Are you sovereign? Have you declared that only good comes to you because that's all you allow? All right. And then, do you trust what you receive? Trust it enough to let it do its work. Yeah, I did a beautiful session the other day with this wonderful woman. Great skills, very powerful medium and stuff like that. And she wanted to figure out how to talk more clearly with Source. And it was quite interesting because she wouldn't let me get a word in edgewise. So after I let her go on for a while, because, she was paying for the session, so why not? And I let her on for a while and said, do you realize how you've been talking to me? You haven't let me say anything. And do you think you might have the same relationship with Source? You have to allow it. Now, when it comes, it's not going to come in 3D stuff. So rather than try to drag it into 3D where you lose the magic, put your 3D and push it up into 5D. That's where you say, okay, I got something. I don't understand it. It's my talisman. It's an ability. It's a skill. It's a vision. It's a memory. Cool. Unravel for me. Show me. And then don't keep playing a mental game of what does it mean? What does it mean? Because that keeps taking you out of the experience. You can be as awakened and connected as you want, but as soon as you try to explain it to somebody else, you've lost the awakening and you've lost the connection because you're in 3D mode of blah, 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 not in that connected mode. It's the same thing with your gifts and your talisman and the what does this mean stuff. Yeah. Now, one thing that's going to happen is you're going to get more energies coming through. I don't know if it's because of some medical stuff I've been doing or because the energy's changing on the planet or because I'm telling you about those energetic patterns that I'm downloading. I don't know. I can play the 3D game as much as I want. I don't know why. But I do know I have a phenomena taking place. And that is that I've just been walking around shaking all the time. And I let myself. Yeah. Usually it's when I'm relaxed, right? Because then the guards go down and I just let myself. And my wife's like, what's up? You gonna work on that? And I go, I am working on it. I'm letting myself. So I'll just sit there and put a book on tape and put my earbuds, lay back and on the bed for a while. And I've been doing that a lot. So because I've been allowing it, all of a sudden it changed character. And now I'm having very clear memories of every single time I was a dickhead and did something asshole to somebody else. And I was feeling the pain I caused them. And that's what was coming through. But I didn't know that, and I didn't play the mental game. What's going on with me? I'm sick. Something. I got to take care of it. I'm just allowed it. Allow. And then the understanding followed. And I could see very clear memories. Oh, I did this to her. I did that to this guy. And it was just terrible stuff. And it wasn't that big at the time, and sometimes it's from the big scheme of things, not that big. But the pain was a lot in them. And now I'm feeling what I caused. This means I'm doing my life review in real time. I don't have to die and feel all the pain I caused everybody else. Then go, oh God, put me back, let me do it again, and do the forgetful thing. No, I'm doing it in real time. I can choose my next life consciously as a result. Yeah, so that's going to happen. Now, one of the things is that a result of all this is I'm sleeping less. I'm sleeping about, 5-6 hours a night and feeling pretty good most of the day, energetic more than I've ever been. When I was at one university, I wondered how the monks could do that. They would teach 14-hour days, and then how do they keep their energy up that long? And now I start to understand. You get into this flow and this connection. Just comes out of you. Now, I've had friends who've gone psychotic, right? I've witnessed it in my family. I've witnessed it in other people. And a lot of them report this situation of where, I'm losing sleep and I fret and I worry. And so here's the deal. When I was losing sleep because stuff was coming through, I would welcome it in, ask to be shown what was there, not resist it, not fight it. And now all of a sudden I'm more connected and I'm seeing things I've done and I'm feeling what I caused. And it's being cleared out of me and off the planet. So that's kind of how it's going to be. The energies are increasing, things are getting stronger. It may not look like any of these steps. I'm just reporting as stuff happens to me to kind of keep it out there, because not a lot of people have a handbook. And we love you, Spirit, and all you beautiful channels out there, but you haven't laid out a 3D handbook yet on how to get from here to there. So I'm just doing the best I can to give you updates on what's happening with me personally, what I'm observing in people I work with, what Tracy, my wife, is telling me. Beautiful energies are coming. It's stronger. It's more fulfilling. And we're in tears half the time when we do a session with somebody, because it's just so beautiful when that transformation takes place and they release and you could see them just go, and they're in a happier place. And they walk around talking for weeks and months. I'm connected now. And you get to know that you helped that. And that means you do your own work, of course, but it's nothing more satisfying than helping another person. That's going to be my third book, Service, and to explain this phenomena. And so it's happening. Enjoy it. It's getting stronger. It doesn't make any sense. Stop trying to make sense out of it. Allow the beautiful gifts to come to you. And know that you're going to start feeling the pain that you have been causing others as part of all this. All right, I know I rambled. That was a lot to cover, but I wanted to get that out of my system, give you a little update on how it's going in Peter World, and maybe some things you might relate to. Put your comments down below about your ascension experiences, especially the ones that don't make sense. Those are the ones that are the most fun, right? So put your comments below. Please share this video, and like and subscribe would be wonderful. Stay blessed.